I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the 49ers going up against the Broncos. With that, let's go out to Sports Authority Field at Mile High. Here's Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are at the foot of the Rockies as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the picturesque city of Denver, Colorado. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a good matchup here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Little motion now from the tight end. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Shift together here from the D-line. And the snap comes at 1. Now Kaepernick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And Cap, of course, was a great baseball player, drafted as a pitcher. He kind of showed his arm right there, didn't he?
Yeah, he let that one go, didn't he? That was a catcher putting down the #1 signal for the fastball and turning it loose. It was needed in that situation, though. He had to throw a tight spiral and a hard one in order to get it in there for a completion.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. The starting 11 on your screen now, and the one we discuss is Torrey Smith.
You would do worse than to just call long pass plays and throw it to Torrey Smith. He can certainly take the top off of any defense.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Kaepernick to throw on 2nd down, eluding the pressure right. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Brandon Marshall, no, not the wide receiver, a quality linebacker who can cover very well.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. And he finds McDonald. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
He's stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. And the first carry here for Kendall Hunter. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. Stays on his feet, and he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And the D looking like they may blitz. And he goes in motion here in the backfield. On first down, Kaepernick. This will be caught at the 2. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Bruce Miller, a 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's the offense, and you got to talk about the guy that they nicknamed Bebe, Charles Demaryius Thomas.
You worry about him catching the ball, but you worry more about what he does after the catch. Big, strong, physical. He makes plays downfield.
He'll look to throw. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Play clock winding down. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught over the middle by the tight end Green. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the first on 2nd down and 3.
All right, here we go. Green.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And Carlos Hyde's such a physical, tough runner. People are talking about him changing his style. I don't think he should change a thing, and I know he wants to add catching the ball to his arsenal as well.
One thing's for sure, he said in the offseason he told us he's happy to be in a Chip Kelly offense, isn't he?
No doubt about it.
There we go with 2nd and 7, and the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. On 2nd down, Hyde. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Short yardage, it's the fullback Miller. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a 1st down.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. And they'll run it with Hunter. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. They come up in an offset eye. Now it's the backup Fitzpatrick. Sliding out of the pocket. Going for it all. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
On third down. Fitzpatrick. That's caught. It's the former Bronco, Owen Daniels. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go.
The play clock's running down.
35.
Now it's the backup Sanchez. Owusu over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
First down, here's Sanchez, and he fires one incomplete. Ronnie Hillman there, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up second down. Play fake to Hillman, Sanchez. He's got it, the tight end, Jeff Hireman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's go now. Left 35.
On first down, it's Sanchez. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 20 that time. And it'll be first down, Denver. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll come out in the pistol.
Check. Here we go.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And his throw is incomplete. Chris Owusu was the intended target. And it's second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Another pistol look here.
Let's go now. Check.
Back to the air. Sanchez on second down. And this is caught at the 8. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here we go. Right 18.
They go play action here on first down. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And Anderson's got it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
The tight end changing his position. Hunter. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play. Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
An expecting pass. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he fends him off. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. They'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. And Sanders now to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Left 35. Gun.
On 1st and 10, Sanchez. And finding Owusu here, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here, 2nd and 7.
Check. Alert 3. Let's go now.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now Sanchez finding his target. It's Cody Latimer. That one goes for 24 yards. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to Denver right after this. They'll need to get the play off quickly.
Check, check, check.
So a penalty that can frustrate a coach so much, a mental error, and it'll back him up 5 yards. So after the mistake by the offense, it cost him 5 yards, and now 1st and 15.
Set, right 18. Right 18.
Again, it's Sanchez. And his throw here's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. Right 20. Right 20. Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54, right.
Throwing again is Sanchez. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Set, blue 45. Blue 45. 3, 3, 3, 3.
First down, Fitzpatrick. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 yards there. And it'll be first down 49ers. And now they're in the hurry-up.
3, 3, 3, 3. Set, ready.
Fitzpatrick on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, here's DeAndrew White. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the 49er offense ready to go and getting back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Throwing again here. Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. And Daniels has it over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now a first down following that long gain. Fitzpatrick now from the 50. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested, and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And on 2nd and 10 now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 2nd down, Fitzpatrick again. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Following the fumble recovery, Sanchez. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Five yards left for the offense. It's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Sanchez. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Sanchez now to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Their big tight end in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos have taken the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. Fielded about a yard deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ridley with our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Play fake to Hillman. Sanchez. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Second down, here's Sanchez. Wide open receiver complete. And that one results in 35 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
On first down, it's Sanchez. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. They get 31 yards that time. And it's a first down for the Broncos. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. First down, here's Sanchez. But it's caught on the right side, it's Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Check, check, check. Here we go. White 18.
Ronnie Hillman in there. He gets the carry. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And not great starting field position here for the offense. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. This is Hunter. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Fitzpatrick. And Daniels has it left side. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. Tough spot for the offense, 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And this is going to be incomplete. He was looking there for Bruce Ellington, and it's 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now Sanders. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return, and it'll be a short.
Check now. Black 35. Black 35. Check. Ready. Go.
They go play action here on first down. Smith catches left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go. Check.
In the backfield is Anderson. Sanchez. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. 3rd and 1. Sanchez wants to throw it. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kenneth Acker. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Following the interception here, Fitzpatrick. Throwing left side, it's complete. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
You have to give some credit because he broke some tackles in order to get that big pickup. But maybe it's a little bit more than the lost art of tackling reared its ugly head on that play. And the end result, a big-time pickup of yardage.
Here's Hunter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now Fitzpatrick. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kendall Hunter, 22 yards. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They come out here in the eye. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Ready there. Right, 20. Right, 20.
Back to the air. Sanchez on 2nd down. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
And that's caught by Smith. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
On 1st down, it's Sanchez. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Let's go now. Go.
On 2nd down, Hillman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 11 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Look, the 1st down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
And how about the dime look here? 6 DBs on 3rd and inches.
Daring them to run the ball.
Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
We always talk about having to read defenses. and how complicated that is? Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Wide open receiver complete. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty. So we've got encroachment, and that's a free 5 yards.
Too easy for the offense. A bit of impatience by the defense on that one.
Fresh set of downs here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Here we go. White 18. White 18. Hut.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. The penalty on 1st down backs him up 5. It's now 1st down at 15. To the air once more, Sanchez. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And down inside the 15 he goes. 18 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be good for a Denver 1st down. Red zone opportunity. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Let's go now. Half. Gun. Set. Left 35.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This will be caught at the 2. And he's brought down. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other...
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson taking it in. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. McManus now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
Again on the ground with Hunter. A strong running. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. Bradley Roby, the quarterback, there to make the stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Now Fitzpatrick. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in. And that led to a big drop.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Fitzpatrick on 4th down. And he's got Burbridge. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And now a fumble. The ball's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Here we go, here we go. White, 20. Gun.
On 2nd and 10, Sanchez. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Hillman. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
They only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So, Charles, I think from a defensive perspective, you have to look at that field goal there and consider it a win.
You were able to keep them within a touchdown, so no question about it. That was the kind of stand that keeps you in ball games.
Short boot, take it at the 21. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Owen Daniels, the veteran tight end, was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They come up in an offset eye. Throwing again here. Fitzpatrick on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Ten yards to go on third. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third down, Fitzpatrick surveying the field. Looking for his tight end, Daniels, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks, the rookie. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That one good for 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so. Time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Check, check, check.
Third and 1, Sanchez wants to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Kenneth Acker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And Sanford